This place is built in the 19th century. Everybody feels comfortable here, and that's very unique in New York these days.
I mean, location is always big in any bar. This is, it's in Grand Central. It's like the center of New York, which is like the center of the universe. So people come from all over the world to see Grand Central and even to see this bar.
You go back in time and you could see what it felt like to be here in Prohibition, in the 40s, 50s, 60s. If you look around on the walls, there are photographs and artifacts around here that give you a real sense of you're in New York City. You're not in Kansas, you're definitely in New York City.
Anytime you see a list about bars in New York, kind of must-go-to bars, this bar tends to be on it. People walk here the first time, you look at it, you walk in the door, wow, look at that ceiling, look at how ornate this place is, and it's just a beautiful place. Even I remember the first time I walked in here, when I first started working here, I was stunned by how good it looked. My name is Paris Durante, and I've been a bartender here at the Campbell Bar for 20 years. Originally, this room was a gentleman named John W. Campbell's private office. He was a friend of William Vanderbilt, and he rented the room in 1923, brought his own architect, and designed it to look like a 13th century Florentine castle. So it was his office, but he had a lot of salons here at night. He had a piano and a pipe organ, so it's kind of a combination office and party space until the 40s. And then it was an empty storage space for a while. Then the CBS had a studio here for a while. The MTA police station was here for a while. And then in 1999, it got remodeled and became a bar. You can't find a bar like this anywhere. It's be hard-pressed to find a bar that blows you away when you walk through the door like this one does.
Julius's, to me, is like one of the most authentic bars in the city and the oldest gay bar that's in operation in New York City.
I have been at Julius now for off and on about 20 some odd years. In those days it was a totally different animal than it is today. Everybody wore white smocks. I would be smoking going, hey, how you doing? No, hi, you need, yeah. But right here across your face was this beautiful line of smoke just hung out right in front of you. So it's a miracle I'm still here. That's what I always say, because that was a big deal at that time.
What they did in 1966, 3 years before the Stonewall Uprising, was to have what was called a sip-in, modeled off the 1960s sit-in encounters in the South for the Black Civil Rights Movement. And that was recorded in a very famous Fred McDowell Village Voice photograph. And it shows Dick Leitch, who was president of the Mattachine Society at the time, speaking to the bartender who has his hand over the glass saying, no, you cannot be served, because Dick had said, I'm a homosexual and I would like to be served. So again, you're looking at a real authentic place that isn't a museum, but a living, active place that you are touching history every day you come in here.
Well, the Old Town was founded in 1892 by recent German immigrants. This place really thrived during the 20s and 30s. And then when this area declined and the big department stores moved uptown, this lost favor. Union Square Park turned into a drug haven, and it really struggled up until the mid-70s when my father first kind of got the idea that this place could be made into something. The Old Town's been in my family for 40 years. My father had been a copy boy on the old New York Sun when it closed. So my father's interest was in developing writers, people like Bud Schulberg and Seamus Heaney, and whoever was a writer was somebody my father was interested in. This is an autographed copy of a Seamus Heaney book. When he died, I felt a real loss because he knew this place, he got it. Well, what the Old Town offers the young person is a place where the television doesn't rule, loud music doesn't rule. We want to offer a place where people can talk and discuss ideas.